Hey y'all, how you doing? Valerie here. I'm glad you're here with me. Just look at this garden bed. It's so beautiful. There's so many roses in bloom right now. And all these sweet peas. And the calendulas are starting to bloom. I just wish you could see how beautiful this looks in person. And how pretty it smells. When you stand in certain spots, you just get this overwhelming view of these, or you get this overwhelming smell of roses. Kind of a more close-up view. It's way more beautiful in person, and it doesn't really translate over the camera the same way it does in real life, but I'm sure you're able to see just how pretty that's looking right now.
Woke up grinning, thought today felt bright, then I fell out of bed and bruised my pride, stubbed my toe, cursed some more, tripped on my jeans and hit the floor. Guess it's one of those days again. Somebody cue the violin.
Made some coffee, set it down real neat, then I kicked the
I just weed-eated this area on the back side of my runoff pond because I really need to weed this end down there. And I thought if I got most of the weeds along the back side, it would make it easier when I am ready to weed back there, which I don't know if will be today because it's been raining off and on. And the front part of this runoff pond, I ran the weed eater, I don't know, it's been 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So we've had a bunch of rain, so I really need to redo that again. So I'm going to go ahead and get the front part of this pond weed eated, and then who knows if I'll get that weeded now or if it'll be later. I may even have to weed eat again before it's ready.
And baptize my feet. Burned my toes, then the toaster sparked. Now my kitchen smells like burnt Pop-Tarts. Neighbors watching, dog is glaring. Even my goldfish looks embarrassed. Ain't my day, but it'll be okay. Guess life just works that way.
Oh geez, what can you do? Every time I win, I lose. Take 2 steps, then...
When I was weeding the back side of that pond, I did purposely leave some of the milkweed, just some of our native milkweed that grows here naturally. It reseeds heavily, and even if I don't leave any around my runoff pond, there's some in the meadows and on the wood line. But it's not hurting anything being on the back side of that runoff pond on the slope out of my way, so I'm just going to leave it for the butterflies. I did cut some of it down, but I left any of it that wasn't in my way, that wasn't directly in my way. And there are a few that are actually in the flower beds themselves that I will take out, but the rest of them I just leave. So I made sure I weed eated around most of those. I just wanted to put that in there. It's very humid out today, so I'm sweating to death. But also, it's the only thing that's making it bearable enough to actually be outside working is the fact that we have cloud cover. When the sun comes out, it's miserable. When it goes behind the clouds, there's a slight breeze, so it makes it a little better, but it's real humid. Like even when the sun's behind the clouds, it's real sweaty.
Trip on 3, got a PhD in calamity. Oh geez, just laugh it off if life's a joke. I'm the setup gone wrong, might be a mess, but at least I'm free. Guess I'll keep on rolling like tumbleweeds.
Had a date with a girl, reservations received. Showed up early, but I lost my keys. Tried to play it smooth, pulled out her chair, knocked over her soup, it went everywhere. Waiter's scowling, she's astounded. My pants covered in seafood chowder. Ain't my night, but that's alright. At least she's laughing, so guess I'm doing fine.
Oh geez, what can you do? Every time I win, I lose. Take 2 steps, then trip on 3. Try not to shout profanity. the setup gone wrong. Might be a mess, but at least I'm free. Guess I'll keep on rolling like tumbleweeds.
Went to Vegas with my...
Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Valerie here. It's also been a while. I haven't made any videos in a few weeks because it's either been raining or it's been too hot, so I haven't been able to get out here. And as a result of that, everything's a jungle. Everything's grown over. Despite all the work I put into getting everything weeded this spring, especially in my vegetable garden at the top, it's just a jungle up there, and I haven't been able to keep on top of it. So it's kind of just been survival of the fittest. I've made a joke to the people in my life that it's the Hunger Games out here, and may the odds ever be in your favor when it comes to my garden. And we have harvested our first cherry tomatoes. We haven't gotten any big full-size ones yet. I've been stuck inside because it's been so hot, and when it hasn't been hot, it's been raining. And it has been raining today, most of the day, but we've got a break, and the sun's coming out in the horizon, and it's not quite sunset yet, so hopefully the heat doesn't pick up too bad. The humidity's fairly low. I mean, it's still humid. It's just low considering it just got through raining and there's a slight breeze. I'm hoping that doesn't pick up because the rain has stopped and the sun's trying to come out. The thing I've come out here to do today is I put some manure down in a couple of spots this past spring, and they have since sprouted these weeds that are kind of thorny but look like amaranth at the same time. I don't know, I haven't taken the time to look up what they actually are. But the only place those things exist in my garden is where we put the horse manure down. So I'm going to go basically weed all those out of the couple of spots I put it in. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get it put down on my whole vegetable garden like I'd planned. We put it down there by our barn to compost more because these first few bits that I put down, I used them as a top dressing. I didn't plant into them. So I used them more like mulch, and they're fine for that. It is aged manure, however, it wasn't broken down as much as I would have liked it to have been. So we're composting it, but in the meantime, I do have these weeds sprouting in the stuff that we did use. And today is just about getting all those out, so that way they don't become a big problem in my yard, because they do kind of have these briars, they stick you. So let's go do that. I think I'm going to start in my pumpkin beds. Now, all my fields are grown over. I mean, they're growing, but everything's kind of grown over because there's not been a chance to really keep up with anything. The weather has not been participating. Since we were talking about pretty things, I just wanted to show you a few things that are pretty right now. That Nyphophia is just starting to bloom. This neon flash spirea is looking absolutely beautiful. This is the garden by my greenhouse. And even though it needs weed eated and all that, I just think it's looking beautiful right now. This little patch in my pond garden is just really beautiful right now. I have a bunch of different things layered. And it, of course, would look better if it was weeded. But I just want to take the chance and so show some of these flowers up close. Look at this, how beautiful. This is a plant I grew from seed. And I'm honestly not quite sure what it is, but it's got some bindweed on it. It needs to be taken out. Then I have these. These are the green twister cone flowers. They're coming out. And then I have those, and I'm not sure of the type. I will try to remember to put it on the screen though. Something else that's really beautiful right now is all this bee balm. This is also in my pond garden. There's just a lot of flowers open right now. And then I have this one Right back here, that is brighter, and it's growing beside some yarrow that's starting to fade. But that one little patch is brighter. Then we've got all this light purple stuff. I also wanted to show this. Microcosmia is starting to bloom. And this is one plant that I can absolutely 100% for sure say seeing on a camera does not do it justice. It is so much more gorgeous in real life. It's such a beautiful plant. It's beautiful on film, but it's so much more beautiful in person. So here's the bed I'm talking about. This is where the honey nut squash is. But all of these weeds coming up are coming up because of that horse poo mixed with hay. And like I said, it looks like amaranth, but can you see those stickies? Those hurt. But the flower kind of reminds me of an amaranth or something along those lines. So, haven't taken the time to look up what that is, but I'm going to pull all these out before they go to seed. And then I have that bed to do over there before I work my way to the top. Putting on the leather gloves for this one.
Last few bucks, put it all on red. Well, that was dumb. Dealer smiled, said that's a shame. Now I owe a guy with no last name. Some folks got grace, some folks got style. Me, I got stories that stretch for miles. If luck's a lady, she ghosted me, but at least I got great comedy. Tried to fix my truck, but I made it worse. Now it only drives in reverse. Hit the gas, shot out the yard, took out the mailbox, now it's flat as a postcard. Oh geez, what can you do? Every time I win, I lose. Take 2 steps, then trip on 3. Got a PhD.
Okay, there's the first bed done. I may have to come back and do this again later in the season for any newly emerged seedlings or ones that I just chopped off the heads and didn't get the full root. But it looks like I got most of those before they went to seed, if not all of them, which is a good thing. So now we're on to that bed.
Oh geez, just laugh it off. If life's a joke, I'm the setup gone wrong. Might be a mess, but at least I'm free. Guess I'll keep on rolling like tumbleweeds. Walked outside, sky was clear, then a beetle flew right in my ear. Oh geez. Woke up grinning, thought today felt bright, then I fell out of bed and bruised my pride. Stubbed my toe, cursed some more, tripped on my jeans and hit the floor. Guess it's one of those days again. Somebody cue the violin.
Made some coffee, said...
There's the humidity I said that wasn't existent. It's here. My camera looks like it's about ready to die, and I've got one more area to do. So I'm going to try to get as much of that as I can recorded for you, and if not, I will just take you and show you, once my battery's charged, the completed area. I'll at least try to get a before, so that way I can get a good before and after. But I'm going to turn this off, go dump my bucket, and hopefully save enough battery to at least get a before. And then if I don't have enough battery, I can show you the after once my battery's charged. This is my completely overgrown top vegetable garden. I've weeded this a couple of times this year, and we're still here. So next year I'll do something different, but for now, this area right here has a bunch of those weeds, and I'm going to go through and at least get those out. There's a ground cherry there, there's some beans planted there, and I'm going to go get all these weeds that are those, I'm going to call them horse weeds. I'll record, or I'm just going to have to show you an after of this area because my battery's going to die. So I'm going to get to work, and then I will show you the after. So here's this done. I got all those weeds out. And I did do a weeding all the way down to there. So I got all this part done, and that's a little more than the area I needed to get done. It's still a weedy, jungly mess. Alright, I know that this wasn't very long. I'm going to try to get back into it as the weather allows and start posting regularly again. We'll see how it goes because I'm not going to fight the weather to do so. I'm dirty, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, so I'm going to go in now. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sorry if this was a little awkward. I'll get used to it again. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.